What if ancient history is not what we think it is? Because scattered across the world are structures so advanced, so precise, and so impossible that modern engineering still struggles to explain them. No machines, no computers, no modern science as we know it. And yet, they built things that should not exist. So the real question is not what they built. It's how they were even capable of thinking like this. Because when you start connecting these places across time and geography, a strange pattern begins to emerge. Civilizations that should have been separated by knowledge, tools, and capability. Somehow produced structures that feel aligned in scale, precision, and intention. And the more you study them, the harder it becomes to believe they were all just coincidences of history. Deep in the Cambodian jungle, something massive is hidden beneath the trees. Angkor Wat is not just a temple. It is a mathematical structure so precise. It aligns with celestial movement. But here's what makes it disturbing. The scale is too large, the symmetry too perfect, the planning too advanced. Millions of stone blocks moved through dense jungle without modern machinery. And yet the official explanation still feels incomplete. Because when you stand in front of it, it doesn't feel built. It feels engineered into existence. And if Angkor Wat feels impossible, wait until you go underground. Where ancient engineers worked in complete darkness. Beneath the Egyptian desert lies one of the most disturbing structures ever discovered. Serapeum of Saqqara contains massive granite boxes, each weighing up to 70 tons. But weight is not the real mystery. The real shock is precision. Flat surfaces so perfect that modern tools struggle to reproduce them. Carved deep underground, inside narrow tunnels, where even basic movement is difficult. So the question becomes unavoidable. How do you move something this heavy into a place this inaccessible with this level of accuracy? And here's the part researchers avoid answering directly. Because even today, there is no fully accepted method. In Mexico stands a city that feels like it was designed from above. Teotihuacan was one of the largest ancient cities on Earth. Perfect grids. Massive pyramids. Strict astronomical alignment. But here's the disturbing part. No one knows who built it. Even more strange, the original name of the civilization is lost. And beneath the city, tunnels, chambers, and materials that don't fit the official timeline. Some researchers suggest the city was built for something we still don't understand. Because everything about it feels intentional, but the intention itself is missing. Chichén Itzá is not just a pyramid. It is a precision instrument made of stone. Twice a year, light creates the illusion of a serpent moving down its steps. But this is not decoration. It is geometry controlling light. Which means the builders understood solar alignment at a level that should not have existed at the time. And beneath the surface, hidden chambers suggest even more complexity. But the biggest question remains unanswered. Was this knowledge fully understood? Or only partially used? In southern India lies a city that looks partially natural and partially engineered. Hampi is filled with massive stones, temples, and structures built between giant boulders. But what makes it strange is not what you see. It's what you can't explain. Perfectly carved pillars that produce sound. Stone blocks balanced in ways that defy logic. And architecture that seems integrated into the landscape rather than built on it. And here's the part that makes researchers pause. Some structures appear too advanced for their historical period. As if part of the knowledge used here is missing today. Mount Nemrut. High above the mountains of southeastern Turkey, something unnatural sits in silence. A king wanted to be remembered forever. But what he built was more than a tomb. Massive stone heads, scattered across the peak, staring into nothing. No one knows why they are there, or why they were placed so far from the bodies they once belonged to. Some say it was a burial site. Others believe it was something far more symbolic, something aligned with the heavens. But here's the strange part. Even today, we don't fully understand how those giant stone figures were moved to the top of a mountain. And the deeper you look, the less it feels like a monument. It feels like a message we were never meant to fully decode. Hidden inside the red desert of Jordan lies a city carved directly into rock. Petra is not built, it is carved. Entire facades emerge from cliffs as if the mountain itself was sculpted. The level of precision is shocking, even by today's standards. But what makes Petra truly strange is not its beauty. It's its sudden appearance in history. No gradual development. No clear technological evolution leading up to it. It simply exists. As if an advanced idea was suddenly dropped into an ancient world. Moai of Easter Island are massive stone statues, some weighing over 80 tons. But the real mystery is not their creation. It's their transportation. How did an ancient population move these giants across the island with no wheels, no cranes, no industrial system? Some theories suggest they walked them using ropes and coordination. Others suggest something we still don't fully understand. But one thing is certain. These statues were not randomly placed. They are positioned with intention, almost like they are watching something in the distance, or warning us. From the silent giants of Easter Island, standing alone against the endless ocean, we now travel back across the world to a place where nature and human ambition collide in the most impossible way. Because hidden in the heart of Sri Lanka rises a structure that looks less like a fortress and more like something engineered to defy gravity itself. Sigiriya. In the middle of Sri Lanka rises a massive rock fortress. Sigiriya looks almost artificial, like it was placed there, not built upon it. At the top sits what remains of an ancient palace. Below it, symmetrical gardens, water systems, and precision engineering that still confuses modern experts. The biggest mystery isn't just how it was built. It's why someone chose this exact location, and how they managed to construct a functioning city on top of a vertical rock. No modern crane, no modern tools, just stone, gravity, and impossible ambition. And somehow it worked. In Lebanon lies one of the most controversial ancient sites in the world. Baalbek temple complex contains stones so large, modern engineers hesitate to even move them. Some blocks weigh over 1,000 tons. The precision is so extreme that even a razor blade cannot fit between them. Who placed them there? Roman builders? Pre-Roman civilization? Something older? No one agrees. But one fact remains undeniable. The scale feels beyond what ancient humans should have been capable of. In the middle of the Egyptian desert stands something that should not still exist at this level of perfection. Great Pyramid of Giza is not just a monument. It is precision on a scale that still challenges modern engineering. Each massive stone block is aligned with mathematical accuracy, so exact that even today, we struggle to fully replicate its construction methods. No one agrees on how it was built. Not the lifting methods, not the internal design, not even the true purpose behind its perfect alignment with celestial points. And the deeper researchers go, the more it stops looking like a simple tomb. Because everything about it suggests something intentional, almost calculated, far beyond what we expect from its era. As if it was designed using knowledge that should not have existed at that time. And here's what makes it even more disturbing. It is not alone. It is part of a global pattern. This is where history becomes uncomfortable. Göbekli Tepe is older than writing, older than agriculture. Older than what we define as civilization. Yet standing here, you see perfectly carved stone pillars arranged in circles, almost like a planned design. But the question is simple. Why would hunter-gatherers build something this advanced, and then intentionally bury it? Some archaeologists suggest it was a temple, Others say it was a ritual site. But nothing explains the level of coordination, engineering, and vision required. Because if this site is what it appears to be, then history didn't evolve the way we think it did. It may have started far more advanced, and then something was lost. These 12 locations, separated by continents, cultures, and thousands of years. Yet they all share the same pattern: precision that should not exist. Knowledge that appears too advanced for its time. And explanations that never feel complete. So we return to the same question. How did ancient engineers build the impossible? And what are we still missing?